Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, be careful. We can't sing that song. Christmas. Come after me. Their song. That's the breakfast show song. We don't have a breakfast show song. We eat you a impression. Another day. Ugh. Hello, everybody out there. This is Indie Volt Breakfast Buzz. If you watched the show before on YouTube or Facebook, you see the never-ending pouring cup of coffee. It is pouring. It's never ending. I don't drink coffee. People are surprised by that because they assume that I do. They also assume that I drink a lot, and I don't. I'm a lightweight when it comes to, and I'm also very basic. I've gone to bars of people on this panel, especially one I'm looking at, and they order their beers to be. They order these nice beers, and I'm like, Bud Light. You got a Budweiser.
Well, to be fair, that's the closest I can get you to drinking water. So
yeah, there you go. Oh man, it's been an interesting day. I told everyone in the morning I had an announcement I'll be making. So we're doing that. I'm gonna hit the intro. And we're gonna bounce into the show. We got a great panel for you guys today, and it's gonna be a lot of fun talking comics and other. As Randy always says, literally. I'm gonna roll the intro. We'll get to it. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, I still got the coffee up. There we go. Lovely. There's our lovely faces. Very pretty. Very pretty. Hello, everybody out there. I'm Varian Grant. Founder of Indie Volt Media. Doing comics since 2008. And no one's told me to stop yet. Well, they have, but they can't make me.
The right people haven't told you to stop yet.
Right.
Nobody's saying, I'm going to pay you to stop.
Yeah, that happens. Then yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Eric, who are you?
My name is Eric Kotz. I'm the Dreaded Dinosaur Man, creator of Dreaded Dinosaur on Webtoon and Tapas, illustrator for Roddy Piper. I got the upcoming British Bulldog book, American Bliss. Other projects in the works, and I'm happy to be here for now.
Yeah, you're only here for now. You gotta leave it an hour. Corey.
You do wrestling illustration. That's pretty sick.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good morning. I'm Corey Hardiman, the writer and creator of Sister Mercy, which just finished it's been pretty successful on Kickstarter. Just finished our 5th campaign on Kickstarter and trying out Indiegogo for the first time.
All right. Let's kick it down to Eric. Who are you? Why should we care?
My name is Eric Weathers. I am, I guess, an independent comic creator and a full-time indie comic letterer as well. And
you are super prolific with the lettering. I'm always seeing you with a new project that you got going. How many have you done so far?
Well, I started about 3 years ago, and I'm over 100 books so far.
Nice.
Wow.
Keeps on climbing too.
Eric Weathers letters everything. Miss Treece.
Hey, so I'm Lisa Treece. You can find me at tree_madam on Twitter and Instagram. I'm a writer and an artist. I work on comics with my husband, who sits behind me. That's the other stripy one. We don't just happen to have the same last name. And we work under Crisis Hour. We've got all sorts of stuff, all ages to thriller horror kinds of things. And we really just enjoy creating. Yeah.
And how about you, Jeremy? Introduce yourself.
Pretty much the same thing that she said, other than my name is Jeremy. And after that. And I've been making comics since 2005. So I'm old.
Yeah, I keep realizing how old I'm getting, and I'll tell you guys after. So, and Bardic Fury, hello.
Hi. I'm an indie cartoonist. I publish my own work under the name Omeow Comics, and I sell it mostly at like West Coast-based comic conventions and local art stores. I fund the print runs on Indiegogos, pretty much what you do, but smaller scale. I do this fantasy comic called Oi Bardic Fury. It's also on Tapas and Webtoon. It's manga style, black and white. It's about a bard gets sent to a town that never heard music before. I kind of describe it as like Asterix meets Love and Rockets and shonen manga. And yeah, I'm here to promote my project for Volume 3.
Cool. We're looking at that. Yeah, Eric, it's getting rougher, man, for me to make it to the show every morning. It's been crazy. You know, I made the joke last night. I said when I would come back from Comic Cons, I usually needed a day of rest. So Monday, don't bother me. I'm gonna be in bed or sulking around the house, trying to recover from being at a Comic Con. And then my body was like, a day? Oh, maybe when you in your 20s, you know. But sir, you're old. So it went from being a day to, you know, okay, well, maybe I need Tuesday off. And my show wasn't a Tuesday night, so it's not that bad. Then it started carrying over to Wednesday. And but what I noticed is that, you know, and you know, I'll jump into the announcement after I make this moment. Is that it's because I'm, you know, getting my illnesses are starting to compound. Hidradenitis suppurativa is a skin disorder, an autoinflammatory disorder, and it hurts. You know, spreads throughout my body, my face, armpits, just all over, and it makes it hard to. It hurts. It takes away from time you can do other things. It can smell too. God, it can smell awful. But so that happened, and then now the arthritis has happened on top of it, and it takes me about anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to get out of the bed now. You know, just to get out of the bed, which is, you know, not saying anything bad. I mean, you know, it could take me, if I was drunk, it would take me about the same amount of time too. But I'm not drunk, so it's less fun. So me and Lola talked about that and what that means for, you know, me doing shows, Comic Cons, companies, and everything. And what she decided is that I'm going to have to hire a lot of help. You know, and you know, Eric, how I hate delegating tasks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to, because it's getting harder for me right now to just, you know, be as mobile as I was, you know, 2 months ago. Or still wasn't very mobile. I think we can agree on that, Eric.
Yes.
But it's even more like getting me in a car now was like a whole process. So it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to hire some people. So
now that you successfully made the audience sad, how about that announcement?
Well, so the announcement is we will be hiring people. You'll be seeing some changes at Indie Volt. More people coming in and taking over certain shows. You'll see maybe a couple things on the website that are new. We're still going to integrate. We're still working on integrating the IndieCron system into, you know, Indie Volt and then vice versa. You know, still working on that. But so yeah, that's the announcement. We'll be bringing on new people. Now, if anybody's interested in applying, there is a job link over at indievolt.com. But you know, it's a very interesting place to come work at. I mean, indie comics, you know, we don't have news every day. We do have drama every day. We just don't have news. Wish we had news every day. That'd be great. So yeah, that's the big announcement, is that I'm gonna have to hire people and bring in new people, and some of which you'll get announcements about those tonight. To help me with, you know, Indie Volt and a couple other things. It's gonna get real tough for me. And then hopefully I'll get better, and I'll get better and fire them once I'm better. I can move around. I don't need you anymore. Yeah, I know you just remortgage your home, but that's fine. Get out of here. Indie Volt Radio right now, we are live, and we are at 57,610 people. listening. So thank you, Indie Volt Radio, for tuning in this morning. Top country. Take your guess, Eric.
Czechoslovakia. Oh, wait, I don't think that exists anymore.
Egypt.
Egypt. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, Egypt.
Yeah. So thank you, Egypt, for listening in. Appreciate it.
I'll celebrate.
Egypt.
Good.
Oh, I was just going to say I used to live there. It's a good place. Everyone in Egypt listening, hello.
Yeah, that's they listen. We had a couple people. I forgot where they were from. They came in through radio. They listened to the radio. Then they all came in on YouTube, and they were in the chat. This is a couple of years ago, and they're all in the chat, but they're typing in their language, and I can't understand any of it. It's like, oh man, I want to read what you're saying, but I can't see it. And Indie Volt Radio has a question for you guys about t-shirts. And I'll just read this from real quick. It's from, I didn't put the name. Sorry, you didn't put your name, sir, whoever wrote this in. But it says, I would like to do t-shirts for my comic book. I am just concerned. What should I use? The logo of my book, the logo of my company. I would like to use some art from the book, but these are going to be standard one-color screen print shirts. You could use art from the book. I just seen JD Calderon do a really nice one-color print of Oswald on a shirt. Black shirt, white Oswald drawing from the comic. It looked really good. Figure out what piece of art you want to use, because there's art that will look good that way.
I always say it's better to do art. It's better to do something that someone is going to see and go, oh man, that looks so cool. I can't wait to wear that. Than it is to say, I can't wait to rep your brand. Because not as many people are as into your brand as you are. Like, it's just the hard truth of it. So something really cool that they look at and say, wow, man, I'm going to walk around with this on me. That's the way to go.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
have to assume they know like nothing about what you do. You're just some indie, not just, but you're some indie artist, and from their perspective, they just care about, they want to wear a cool shirt. So yeah, I'd say design's best, unless your like logo or name is something that looks like something.
Unless
people would
you're a
wanna
metal
wear.
band.
Yeah.
Then your logo's really bomb. But otherwise, meh.
I
There's a
agree.
lot of groups with almost the same logo design now. I've been seeing on shirts. It's kind of weird. But, yeah.
We got an active chat this morning. Creators Outlet is chiming in, saying good morning, Indie Volters. One of our personal favorites, Sarah, she's checking in. Good morning. And she says, rock on with those numbers. Hello, Egypt.
Yeah.
And of course, from the dojo, comic book black belt, Russ, our good friend from across the pond. Good day, all. It's probably noon where he's at, or it's tomorrow. I can't remember the timeline change. Glad you guys are all with us in the chat. Thank you for showing up this morning.
I heard.
I agree with
yeah.
what Sarah says too, that it sparks conversations about the work. Like, if somebody approaches you because of your designs, they want to know why you came up with that design. Very few people are going to approach you to want to talk about your business. Like, that's not how you're going to get fans that are into you and what you want to do.
Excellent point.
Remember a guy walked up to me at a show.
Or something. If you like designing logos, then go for it.
Right, that's true. But then I wouldn't be trying to sell t-shirts about my comic. I would probably be looking into what it meant to make logos professionally, because that was your passion.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
means research. I don't want to do research. It's too much like studying.
I think it's the same thing.
I wish I had an example to show, because it is actually, I've done t-shirts and the most successful one is the comic logo for my company, which is just the ohm symbol, but with cats. Like, it's cats in the shape of an ohm. So people like the cats and they like the ohm. So it's like symbols people know. And I think that's why it sells, but not because they know Oh Meow Comics. Like, I
Cats will
don't
sell
put the
anything.
letters or anything. Exactly.
We passed 2,073 subs.
Woo!
YouTube.
Cool.
Congrats.
Yeah, it keeps
Awesome.
growing, which we're very very proud about. That first 1,000 is the hardest. And I mean, we had daily shows for a while to help try to build those numbers. I want to thank everybody I did. We still need to figure out what to give away. 2,000 subscribers. I still don't know what that'll be. We'll figure something out. Taking a look at campaigns here. Bring up one randomly. Let's see what we got here. Wow, StreamYard changes stuff sometimes they don't tell you. Like there's all these little new things. I'm like, what's going on? Did I do something wrong? No, it's fine. There we go. Battle Brick
I know
Road.
that one.
Now,
That's me.
Eric, this is all Eric's fault.
Yes.
Eric Weathers, not Eric Hudson. Everything Eric's fault. Everything's his fault. But this is your fault. Battle Brick Road. Now, I love the name. I'm gonna play the video here for everyone. Give me 1 second.
Welcome to Oz. Tell me, how again did you find your way here? No need to worry. You are safe here. There are wonders here you've never seen before. You thought you could escape me?
Battle Brick Road.
Thea
man.
Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battle Brick Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel and the first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battle Brick Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and help bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale. Only on Indiegogo.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Take
I love
no
that
credit
title,
for that,
too.
for that video. That was
High
all,
production video.
yeah. That was a company called Ascension Cinema that did that. That put that together for me. Actually, the one at the end was my original, and they even made that better than what I had put together. So, but yeah, that's Battle Brick Road. It's Wizard of Oz with guns.
Hey.
That's cool. That's cool.
The way it was
Good
meant to be.
concept.
Say again?
I just said good concept.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you already went past your your goal.
Yeah, we're actually wrapping the book now. I'm waiting on the colors to come in on the second chapter, and when those are in, we'll be ready for print. I've got the print file ready. The letters are, I'd say, 99.9% locked in. We got to run it past our editor. We have a supplemental book that I'm working on right now. It's sort of like a behind-the-scenes character designs and cut pages that sort of hit the cutting room floor, and there's a big fan art section and things like that. But we're hopefully going to be printing in December, and as long as the colors get in time, I'm trying not to rush rush the guy, let him do his thing. But everything's ready to go. Yeah, we're ready to wrap this one up and move on to the next one.
So the big question is, you're in demand. How much longer do people have?
Well, we'll stay in demand while we fulfill. So, because we'll over order, of course, and have plenty on hand for people that maybe just wanted to wait for the book to be ready to go before they backed it. And then it'll be into 2022 by January, February while it's still open. And then depending on sort of how that goes, we'll transfer it to its own web store, like a Shopify or something at that point. And then it'll be either available there or this volume will be available in the next, in the sequels campaign as well. So there should always be a way to buy the book.
Excellent. But you know what, audience? Don't wait on this one. This is a high-end, high-class, amazing-looking pages. Great, energetic-looking story. Snag it.
I tend to buy a lot of Wizard of Oz related things. I try to. I can't get all of them, but my mother's name is Dorothy. So
Sarah really likes the title, but she'd like to know how you came up with it.
There was actually quite a bit of a journey to find it. Originally, it was just an Oz book. I didn't really know what to call it, and then we came up with Operation Zephyr as the title, but it was really hard to say and spell and convoluted. And I had a whole list of things, and one of them just sort of stuck out. I was naming them off to a friend, and I came down the list and I said Battle Brick Road, and he goes, "That's the one right there. That's the title." I said, "Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?"
Good choice.
Yep. It makes you think of Wizard of Oz without just saying it's Wizard of Oz.
Right.
So it works. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys got a couple more, a little while longer to get in there and get this. He's waiting for the colors to come back, and then, printing does not take that long. I mean,
No.
printing can come back pretty quick, depending on, orders and whatnot. Lola just sent her book off to the printer the other day, so she's worried, but now the waiting begins for the actual product to show up.
For sure. It's nice. We found a local printer that will be great to work with because I'll be able to go there and inspect it as it's sort of rolling off the press and make sure everything's good to go. So I've had my hands on it since the beginning, and even on printing that there's a sigh of relief that comes in knowing that I don't have to find a printer in a different state or a different country and just wait and hope that everything goes well. I can actually go and inspect it as it's happening.
Sarah says, I've been noticing several creators have been putting various spins on Oz for the past few months. Is this a coincidence or is there something new with it? I just think, it's public, what is it? Public domain?
Yeah, it's a really popular public domain.
Yeah.
And I think especially because it's something that a lot of us see as kids. And so it gets in there and it crawls inside your head when you're young. And you start thinking of all those, especially if you're a creator, your what if brain goes off.
I just think, get out of me, Dorothy. Get out of my head.
Yeah, I mean, just to play off of that, it's something that's just it's been ingrained in American ecosystem, pop culture for so long. And it's even a global brand because our friends down in Australia, there's like 2 huge conventions that are just Wizard of Oz themed stuff. So, it just so resonates with people that it crops up every once in a while in different forms and just adds to the lore.
Plus, I live in Kansas. I grew up here, so it's sort of always around. And if you travel anywhere, that's the first thing they ask you. Where's Toto? So where are you from? Kansas. Oh, where's Toto? You're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah.
So do you say that say that every time you leave the state?
Where's Toto? Not in Kansas anymore. Yeah.
I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
He's in Africa.
Battle Brick Road, folks, over on Indiegogo. The link is in the description of this video, so you can go check it out. If you're listening on Indie Radio, please go check out our YouTube channel and our Facebook, and you'll see the link to Battle Brick Road there as well. You can also just look it up on Indiegogo, Battle Brick Road. And I forgot to check and see. 1 second. He's shipping worldwide.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
You know what that means, radio audience. It is time to make Eric hate that decision. I want him to send me a message on Facebook and say, "Your damn radio audience has ruined me. The profit on this is a McRib." That's what I want it to be. It's a good problem to have when you have to ship a lot of packages overseas. However, it's a very expensive problem. Eric Hawkins says there are quite a few indie Oz books. My zombie one, the Zombie for World of Oz. There's the Oz Western, the Samurai Oz too. Marvel does Oz stuff occasionally. Yeah, Travis Gibb did a Oz book. That was a big anthology though, for a bunch of different creators. Cthulhu Invades Oz. Sugar Chris, hail everyone. Hey, Sugar.
Hey.
Yeah, there's a lot of books, but I like them all. I like the different takes in this one here. Those are flying monkeys. They look at them. Those things they're my werewolf scale. Those are horrible.
Yeah, those are vicious.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have to back
Thanks.
that. I have to check with the wife to make sure she hasn't already. We've been doing that a lot when backing books. And then we get a package the same day, and I'm like, "Oh, what'd you get? Wait a minute. Uh-oh." I usually tell her when that happens, we should give one away on Indie Volt when that happens. But sometimes she wants the book and I want it, so we'll have our own different copies of it. And from Indie Volt Radio, we had another question on this before, Eric, but I'm gonna read it anyway because this is what happens. This is from David. David says, "I recently finished my campaign closing out on Kickstarter a few weeks ago. I fulfilled all the books and much to my shock discovered that payments had been dropped during the campaign.
Oh no.
Especially when the campaign closed. But the books are already out. I've contacted Kickstarter because I fulfilled, but now I'm not getting my money from these people. What can I do?" Well, David, you don't fulfill until after the campaign is closed. We talked about this before, and I see so many. I've heard creators say that. I'm fulfilling now. You don't fulfill till that campaign's closed. When that campaign's closed, when all the monies have been collected, that's when you can start fulfilling. Until then, you send somebody a book in the mail, and they get it, and they haven't paid for it. A lot of people,
you ain't getting it back.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to be inclined to just click cancel order and be done with it.
Yeah.
I know this because it happened to me with a video game back in the PS2 era. I was about to buy a video game from a guy on eBay, early eBay, where you could buy and send a money order in. So I agreed to buy it. It was a brand new game. It hadn't come out yet. I agreed to buy it. I didn't send the money order in. Well, on that day, the game came out. And it was a rainy day. I was at home bored. What shows up in my mailbox? But Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Horrible game. But I didn't pay for it. It just showed up because the eBay seller made a mistake. And that sucked for him, I was a dick. I opened it and played it. I should have did the right thing and sent it back. But I was like, what is this? It's a video game. It's mine. So do not send your packages out before the campaign is closed. Kickstarter is not going to help you because that's kind of like, duh. I'm sorry, it is. Anyone else?
That's what Indiegogo is better on that, because when the person backs them, they take their money automatically. So you don't have to wait until the end of the campaign for the funds to release. So at least at that point, you'd have the money to ship the book, and you wouldn't be worrying about people backing out or anything like that.
You can lock payments in on Indiegogo, and what I found out, and it was reconfirmed to me recently, is that you can actually use some of the funds in the Indiegogo account that you're building, like before the campaign closes. Mm-hmm. Like you can have access to that money, whereas Kickstarter is like, nah, you gotta wait, and then we're gonna send you everything. Indiegogo will allow you to take a small portion of the money, whether it be, I know someone did
Yeah, it sends out like periodic like installments of payments. Like after
Yeah.
the main campaign ends, it sends the big amount, and then if it's in demand, it keeps sending out like I don't know the time, but maybe every month.
But if
That's
you need
awesome.
it before, if you need it before that, like I was talking to someone they were able to get like $3,000 from their campaign, to use
Oh,
for,
nice.
printing some things before because they wanted to be ahead of the curve, so they got $3,000 out of their account. It doesn't show that they got $3,000, but they did.
Yeah.
They got it out. They were able to use stuff. So yeah, Indiegogo's good for that. But please don't send out stuff until after your campaign. Those customers can leave any moment. They don't have to pay you once they got the goods.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's a lesson. If people need to learn it, they only need to learn it once.
Eric. Let's see here. Bring up the next campaign here. Is there anybody's campaign you can look at like right now, like has to leave in the next 20 or so minutes? So make sure. All right. Let's bring up the Mercy. Paradise Lost.
Most of the oceans have dried, leaving only vast expanses of poison and toxic waste that give birth to horrors best left undiscovered. Stained red skies are smeared by putrid clouds of pollution that can be tasted in the repugnant air, while a wasteland of sand and detritus bury a past that has been forgotten by generations, the cities mere skeletons of their former grandeur. Welcome to the world of Sister Mercy, where a schizophrenic nun is led by the voice of God while battling irradiated grotesques and dark occultists. Like Joan of Arc reimagined for a much different, more desperate time, Mercy is a sexy, fast-paced trip to the final days of humanity. A nightmarish future born of God's darkest dreams, where everything that moves may not be living, but everything that moves is deadly. If ever there was a time to have mercy, this is it.
Sister Mercy. Very good. Very good. I like that trailer too.
That's her.
Sister Mercy Paradise Lost. Schizophrenic nun, which means that I probably dated her at one point. It's led by the voice of God through a post-apocalyptic wasteland. We've had you on the show before, and I told you how I really like it. And make it. I got a thing for. It's weird. You would think I went to Catholic school, but I didn't. But I got a thing for nuns. Like the sexy ones, not the ones in the full habit or anything. Like the ones that have been perverted, like this one. This is great. I love it. I love it. Sister Mercy. Now you've got. Actually, since you've been on last.
Hard not to.
107. We have to get this up. What's
not the ones with the meter
on,
sticks, right?
What's going on, Corey? What do we need to do? Sister Mercy deserves to have like $4 or $5 grand behind it right now. We'll have to keep promoting this book. You have 14 days left on it, and I really want to get a hold of this book because I just like the art. I like the art. I like the story. You got a lot of talented artists on it.
Man,
a couple of covers.
And I'm at a loss. I got to say, I ran 5 successful Kickstarters, and the last. Yeah, the last 4 Kickstarters.
Oh, is he dropping out? Corey, are you there?
Yeah, that's right.
He mentioned he was having some weather problems where he's at, so could be affecting the stream.
That will happen. Look, he's frozen now. See?
I think
Live
I might
TV.
be lagging out again. Am I?
Yeah, you are.
But yet, no, I was just saying the ran five successful Kickstarters. The last 3 all finished between 20 and 25K Canadian, which is between 70 and 20K American. And but indie, I just haven't been able to quite hit the groove. I don't know what I'm missing there.
So has anybody here regularly run Indiegogo campaigns? Because I've never worked with it. So I don't know if it has a particular algorithm or, way you have to break it to make it work for you.
I don't know how the algorithm works, but I ran Kickstarters and Indiegogos. I do Indiegogo now just because it doesn't have the long wait period to approve the project. And I think Indiegogo gets less organic reach than Kickstarter. Like my Kickstarters, I'd get like 30 or 40% was random people who just saw it browsing the site. But Indiegogo, I get way less of that. And it's mostly people who already know the project or I promoted it somewhere else. So I don't know anything about how the algorithm works, but there's less overall like organic views than Kickstarter.
There's something to be said for that because when Lola launched her book, she launched her book and then she went live with it, and she didn't advertise it was out. Within 5 minutes of launching, she had already made $35. By random people just finding it on Indiegogo and on Kickstarter.
Yeah. Whereas
you're right, Indiegogo sometimes you have to send people. You have to send people to that. You have to build up a base. So everyone go back over here. Genuine comments in the chat. Oh no. And we've completely lost Corey.
No.
Oh no.
Well,
we can still pump up his book.
Oh yeah. And look at the art. The art looks great.
Yeah, it looks like
I wanted to ask him how come if he was doing the Kickstarters, he did this one on Indiegogo if the Kickstarters were going good.
I think some people want to hit both markets because
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Lola did that too. She did Indiegogo first, and then she did Kickstarter. She finished up Kickstarter. There's a crossover with Mary Machine Gun.
Nice.
Yeah, the art's good.
Two nuns with swords, and they're not dressed like.
Who doesn't want sexy nun battle? That sounds like a great time.
There's a one that's rendered in a pretty unique style here.
Sugar says promoting on YouTube shows with a large Indiegogo audience definitely helps. Like Pop said, IGG doesn't promote almost at all. So more reinforcement there.
You have to be on Indiegogo shows, says Pops.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Kickstarter next with this.
He's got some things unlocking at 2,500, 5,000, 7,500, a poker chip at 10,000. I do poker chips. I've got a couple of them. Different campaigns.
Yeah, he's got so many good goals and really cool art. This looks like a really good project to back, especially if you're into nuns killing demons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me, like I immediately got some Army of Darkness vibes, and I'm like, maybe you just really need to tap into that horror community.
Yeah. Sister Mercy Paradise Lost over on Indiegogo, folks. Go check it out. If we can get Corey back in here, we will.
Yeah, like those B-movie horror movies like Leprechaun and stuff like that. People who like that would love this.
Absolutely.
Yes. There's a whole community that is them 100%. They want your Leprechaun, Army of Darkness, like the B Pinocchio horror movie and things like Jack Frost. Like, yeah.
So
Krampus. They love Krampus.
Yes.
Good point here from Pops. There's several people in the chat who actually do shows that focus primarily on Indiegogo campaigns. Genuine Comics has one. Suga, of course, the Madness Pop's show, RJ show. So, go on those targeted audiences if you have an Indiegogo campaign, and you'll get past the lack of promotion from the platform.
Yeah. Next campaign, this one. I'm so goth.
Ooh, nice.
There's a trailer. Very cool. I
We're a weird bunch.
Yeah, I watched when I hit play. It's funny. I watched Lisa and Jeremy immediately reach for something to do, but they didn't want to watch their own work. It was weird. They were like, "No, no, no." Yeah, it was weird. I watched them both fidget uncomfortably. Stop it!
I didn't even put up this video until like half the campaign, or like a week until the campaign was done. I hate videos for some reason. Working on them, it gets me stressed, and so I'm just like, if I have to do a video to get more eyes on it, this is what's going to happen.
It looks good. I remember watching you draw this character before, and first of all, I realized it. I was like, "Hey, what wicked cosplay is this?" Because I'm not used to Jeremy drawing characters with huge boobs. For some reason, on this one, he was like, "Screw it, let me get to see." And he didn't do circle templates. These had some weight to them.
Right, that's one of my favorite things. I mean, I'm not saying that boobs are my favorite things to draw, but to actually think about how boobs are and the weight of them and how they sit in clothing and how you can play with movement with that. And so I always am very conscious of what that looks like and how it fits into places like that.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, look, this is you see the thing artists think about people. Ladies, you see that with male artists, you're thinking about you think he's just being a pervert. He's just trying to figure out the the algebra behind breastfeeding. We really do. We're not being perverts. We're not.
The physics.
Yeah, there's physics behind this.
It really is the physics. It's
Now, Jeremy and Lisa, we've been friends for years outside of making comics.
Yeah, a long time.
And I often joke with you guys about, hey, like I've sent the message. Like I took a picture outside of their car once because they were at the show, and they had the Crisis Hour logo on their car, and I'm like, I'll take a picture of it, and I blew up the peace signs and I looked real gangster in front of their car. So it was really cool to hang out with them at at shows. But they've been around for a while, and it's Pop said it's the first he's seen of this campaign. He wants you guys to come on. I think this one should be on the Monday Madness next week before it's over. Yeah, get them on there.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Dark, exciting, cool music choice. And Sugar, that's a neat looking one. The art is interesting. Sarah says that's not the broccoli. She's talking about the video. Yeah,
no, she's absolutely right. It did. It's kind of meant to be weird. We're, like I said, we're very odd folks. We love Tim Burton 90s alt comics. Like we're the hot topic 90s kids that never really grew up. I used to have this shirt that said, "I belong on the island of misfit toys," and I repped it like that was my truth. It was my, like, I carried that banner. So you're always going to see things from us that are just a little bit outside of the norm.
Yeah, I think it's and I got issue 1. There, look at those kids. Eric, is it me or does the goth kids kind of remind you of Gen Xers?
Well, I mean, Gen X kind of made goth what it is known for.
Yeah, like just I'm not going outside today. Those people. Look at all those people outside peopling. I love it, and the art, like everyone says, the art is very interesting.
yeah, I just for that video, I just cut up the first preview pages and kind of
it gave me the idea that maybe one day I would like to offer a digital like visual comic and actually spend time on that and create it and do the art shit for it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I had no patience for that video, and it like I watch it and I cringe, but I kind of love it because it makes people uncomfortable, especially myself. And I don't know. I tried to have as much fun as I could doing something I didn't want to do. And I'm horrible at like self promotion, so if I seem out of an element, like I really am, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going like to the wall, full speed, and no direction or map to get there.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest hurdles in being an independent comics artist is you have to wear so many different job hats.
Yeah, and you don't even know what hats there are, really, until you come across the problem that you have to fix, and then you have to learn about a whole new thing. And learning's not really my forte.
I see that Eric makes a appearance in the book. Eric, that looks like you, the Raver Boy. Same hairstyle. Hey, you've given me that look several times. I'll tell you my new ideas.
Oh well, I mean they're terrible ideas. So
Susan, Cal, is that Boogalite?
Bogolites.
Bogolite.
Yep.
Blue light special. They're shoppers. Officer Lambert. It's always an Officer Lambert. Don't trust him. You got PDFs. You got PDFs of the comic and accessory packs. Now, it's a retailer bundle. 22 books, $100. That's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, retailers, get your mind right.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. 100. You get $100 to get you 22 books. 11 issue 1s, 11 issue 2s. Now, when you guys ship those books out, will you be using Gemini mailers?
Yeah, actually, we were doing some research on them a couple days ago, and I was like, "This is so the way to go, man."
Well, Gemini,
there's a code for that.
Yeah, they sponsor Indie Volt. They're sponsor, and you guys, anybody actually is going to order books should use Volt 10 VOLT10.
Whoa.
Save 10% off your order.
Whoo!
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I wish I would have known about that. I already have my stack here.
Well, the code's good forever.
Okay.
Or until they, say, all right, Indie, well, that's enough. You guys say fuck way too much.
Yeah, we're very privileged to have Gemini as a sponsor. We thank them very much. This code has helped out a lot of folks, and we've had some rather shady comments at us. Well, I'll just go get a code somewhere else. We're the only ones who have a discount code.
What?
Yeah, it's been we're cool. Everyone loves Indie Volt. No? Go ahead and use it. Volt 10 VOLT10 on GeminiComicSupply.com, the website, and save yourself 10% on your order. Trust me, it adds up. Got a buddy who saved a lot of money. He was very happy. He did not send me in an email. So when this book comes, it'll come in Gemini mailers. If it doesn't, then I'm going to go over Jeremy and Lisa's house.
We're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. They'll hear me pulling out. They'll hear me outside in the Uber. Open the door. I got 3 minutes. I got to get back in the Uber.
Very serious. He doesn't get in cars anymore.
Yeah. That's right. That's how you know I'm serious too. When I show up in the car, takes me 8 minutes to get out, but I'm getting out. You stand right there.
I'm just gonna run down the street at that point, man.
Original art covers. I remember you were doing some of these on Twitch, and Jeremy's one of the first artists I seen do a stream, and he was only on Twitch at that point, I believe. He didn't do it. There was no like broadcasting to Facebook or broadcasting to YouTube. It was only on Twitch. There it is. Yeah, let me bring that full screen.
So this is the first issue here.
That was the first time that I looked at the original art because you had that at a show, and I realized that Colette there had like huge
potential.
Yeah, huge potential. Huge.
I I don't want to burst your bubble, but you also have to consider, we goth girls know this, that we can have a B cup and put on a real good corset and bra and look like we've got double D's. So does she really have giant titties, or is it all perception?
Optical illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to be sued for that. It's a trick. Trick. Deception. So estimated delivery January 2022. Just a couple of March 2022 for the physical.
Yeah, we want to give some buffer time because the last campaign that we had, we ran into some issues with trying to get everything printed, and I fell into some depression, and that really sucked and took me out of the game for about a year. So I just wanted to, if something like that does happen, I wanted to create an honest, hey, this could happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I'm So Goth issue number 2 over on Kickstarter. It's got the project we love. It's got 6 days left. So, folks, 144 backers. Their goal is 10,000. Is that flex? That's all or nothing. That's right. That's
yeah.
No 10K, no book.
No 10K, no book.
They're very close to it. $7,149. I think they can get to that 10K in 6 days of a nice hard push. Folks in the chat, you share these links out. We really do appreciate it on your Facebooks.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, share it. Let people know. I'm So Goth issue 2 is coming. They need a little help. Just about $3,000 more to get it into your fingers or your hands. Get it in your fingers.
We also just put up a art giveaway in the Kickstarter as well. It for any backers. It's digital, doesn't matter. If it's digital, we'll cover shipping. Like, that's totally cool. It's an 11 by 17, black and white, ink washed. It's the variant cover of Colette for issue number 2, and just giving it away to try to get more backers.
Let me blow that up. Hold on. What's the size of that again?
11 by 17.
11 by 17. That looks like that needs to be hanging on Nita Lanning's wall. I'm gonna mess with Nita about it. if she's not in the chat, she might be in the chat. Let's see here. All right. Look, it looks cool. Sugar said, "Hey, wait a minute. How come Pops has a wrench but not me? Oops, gets one but not his long lost son."
Don't feel bad, Sugar. I don't even have a wrench, and I have the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah. He can. Yeah. I got scared. Facebook sent me late notices. I got a notice like at 2:00 in the morning. It's Varian scheduled a live video, and I'm like, "Who? Not me." It wasn't. It was just one of those delayed messages, but it freaked me out because, I'm like, Eric making videos by himself. Is he did a drawing stream? You never know. Nice educational drawing stream. He did a drawing how to freaking draw a panel at Grand Rapids Comic Con. So he could have did his own show. Folks, go and check this out. I'm gonna make sure the link is in there. And I'm gonna back it too. I want to see it. I want to see issue 2 of I'm So Goth. And please share the link out so that people can get a hold of this book. It looks really good. Oops.
Well, I don't have a 2-wheeled scooter, but this is a perfect time for my segue because I need to leave.
That's right.
Later.
Apologies, everyone, but I do have an important thing to get to at 11, and I got to drive to get there, so I got to give myself enough time. And so everybody in the chat, everybody listening, please take a look at these books, back them. And for those of you guys who are here that are guests, we got a lot of people here who have other shows in the chat, especially Indiegogo focused. So hit them up too if you still got time left, and maybe they can get you booked.
Yeah.
As always, I'm Eric Hodson for Indie Volt. You can find me at Dreaded Dinosaur on all the social media platforms. Read my webtoon, and more projects for me in the future. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Touch language.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Eric.
Eric was part of a DoorDash campaign. If you've been on Facebook lately, you'll see him. You see his face. DoorDash did a really cool thing. They want to know, about him. He told them about his work, and they said, "Oh, cool. We put that on the side of a building downtown Detroit," and they did. They went down on Michigan Avenue, and they put his art. They took that Dreaded Dinosaur Man, and they used a projector, and they had a mural artist come out and put it on this huge building on Michigan Avenue. And we went down to see it there. Matter of fact, there's a picture of one part of the building.
Nice.
There's his character, Dreaded Dinosaur Man.
Huh.
And had a lot of interwraps around the building. Like I said, again, it's a huge building. And we got down there and we got pictures of it. Another corner of it, and it goes all the way to the edge of the property. It's one big comic strip if you read it.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and
That's
and up there in the right-hand corner, left-hand corner, there's Veej, a character based on me. But we told everybody, hey, go down to Michigan Avenue, check it out, check it out, check it out. Unfortunately, it is no more. They've already repainted it. So it ran for like a month and a half, and then they repainted it and took it down. It's like, why? Come on, it should have. I wanted to at least stay up there for like a year. Come on, guys. But yeah. All that work. I mean, he didn't have to do it, but still, all that work. Our next campaign will be Bardic Fury. There it is. We got a video. I'm gonna play it.
Oh, nice.
He held the lantern, whispered my name, swallowed the butterflies as they flew to the flame. I can feel it burning, feel it burning, feel it burning, low. Her soul in hiding, how afraid, a galaxy turning, stars remade. I can feel it burning, feel it burning, feel it burning, low. I can feel it burning, feel it burning, feel it burning, low.
Yeah, that's the video. I just did it on, I think, Movie Editor. And yeah, I hope it does the job. I think I need to do a voiceover to explain the project more.
Well, now's your time. Talk to us about it.
So it's a fantasy comic I've been working on. I started it, I believe, in 2013 or 2014. I took a long break after doing volume 1, and I picked it up again in 2019, and I've been working on it as my main project ever since. It's a fantasy about a bard in ancient Ireland who gets sent to a town that never heard music before. I'm inspired a lot by, I guess, shonen manga, Asterix comics, a bunch of different stuff, Love and Rockets. And this campaign is to get volume 3 funded.
Okay.
So I have volume 1 and 2 available as part of this campaign. They're both 200-page manga-sized books. Here's what volume 2 looks like, just so you could see. And volume 3 is going to be 120 pages. In the video, you saw the first 40 pages kind of laid out as a preview. And I also have it on Tapas and Webtoons. So if you only want to get volume 3 and you want to catch up, or you want to like give the series a sample before buying it, you can read the entire thing for free.
That's cool. Now you mentioned that it had been on Webtoon and Tapas as well.
Yeah, the series I uploaded on Webtoon and Tapas.
Are you? Let's see here. I was gonna try to bring it up on Tapas, and my computer's messing up. So now I like this piece of art, by the way. This is
Yeah, that's the new cover I did for the new edition of Volume 1. That's Selkie, Rhiannon, and the Bard Brian.
that looks cool. I like the color choices and the design. Stretch goals unlocked. The first edition Reso print, 136 pages, contains the first 5 chapters of Oi Bardic Fury. All bids of 25 or more automatically receive this book.
So it's actually the first bid you get 2 books, because I know international shipping is a bit high, but keep in mind you get 2 volumes of comics. It's going to be volume 3, which is going to be at least 120 pages, and this, which is the first 5 chapters of the book. So it's a good deal right now because the stretch goal.
Yeah. I mean, go finish looking through the art here. There it is, and you've got them printed right there in your hand, so a lot of them are ready to go right now. I see you earlier. You were, matter of fact, right now. Let me bring your screen up. There they go, right there. I mean, he's got them right now. They're ready to go.
Yeah, this is volume 2, which I made from the last campaign. I've just been doing like small Indiegogo campaigns to get like a certain amount of pages out, and over the past year and a half, I've been able to compile them into 2 different tankobons. So yeah, you could see some of the characters. Volume 2 introduces the bad guy rival village, Banshee Vale. They're kind of like punker EDM people. It starts with the hurling rivalry between the 2 villages. Hurling was like this ancient game, kind of like rugby with sticks. They still play it today. And then it just kind of descends into hell as the villages start going against each other. And Bardic Fury ensues. It's like a psychedelic fantasy.
That's cool. I like these. I'm gonna have to pick these up too. Black and white. You know, most people all joke me about me saying, black and white books and newsprint books. Well, I actually do like black and white art. There's a lot of times where I prefer art to be in black and white rather than color. Depends on the artist, though.
If you do black and white right, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like black and white because it's cheaper to print too. So I could put out these big books for a like pretty affordable price to produce and also to sell to people.
Never
like
touch
the first,
idols.
Yeah. Madame Bovary quote. Yeah, that's some promo pieces. That girl is Dana the Witch. She's like a magical girl in training. She likes sacrificing cats to find divine predictions of the future. The comic is just inspired a lot by like history. I just like thinking about that people back then were just like we are now. They just had different technology. Like it's not like they were any dumber or they had any different thoughts. They were just in a different time. So that's one of the main things I try to say in the story. Like even though it's set in 360 AD, it's still a fun, entertaining read. Yeah. The characters still act like people.
I think it has a super epic vibe. Like I really enjoy the art. I love the levels of shading that you have going on here. It makes it really pop as a black and white book. And immediately I'm hooked, just like Sarah said in the comments, with the gorgeous music and the font as runes. Like I'm in 100%. As anybody that's ever been into like Irish mythos or Scottish mythos, like Nordic, you're there 100 right away.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, that's what I was going for. I really love that stuff, like all mythologies. So right now the story, it is set in ancient Ireland, but it is going to eventually expand to the rest of the Mediterranean world. The next arc, they go to Stonehenge, and there's a giant festival with bards from like Ethiopia, Mayan bards. There's going to be like a cosmic mind meld on mushrooms.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, volume 2, it's Rave in a Cave. So when you get volume 3 on Indiegogo, it's going to be a culmination of the first 3 volumes, the story that was told. And it's just like a fun, badass Raven the Cave battle of the bards between the two rival bands.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean,
I definitely want to check this book out and pick it up. Like, I'm about it. It sells me 100%.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't need any voiceover in your video. I think it would just mess up the awesome music. But I'm also like a Lilith Fair kid, so.
You got trading cards here. It looks like some metal trading cards as well.
Well, they're hollow foils. I got those printed from the last campaign.
Okay.
On, I think, myplayingcards.com. So they're double-sided cards. One side's foil, the other side's front.
Swimsuit pinup print. There we go.
Swimsuit pinup. That's Rhiannon the Selkie. She's like a diva singer.
I like this picture. This is cool. Reminds me of D&D.
Exactly what it is. That's a D&D portrait of one of my characters, Cyborgy. As one of the tier goals, I do D&D watercolor portraits. It's a commission of anything. Like if you wanted a pet portrait or a picture of your friend, I could draw that. If you have an original character, I could paint that. I think that's at $75 goal.
Okay. There's some of the original art pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, I got loads of original art. Here's the newest page I just drew. Dance scene in the cave.
Let me see here. Blow it up. I like that. Now, any training with animation? For you?
No, I'm actually started trying to learn animation. I do illustration and graphic design as my main jobs, so it's mostly illustration. But
I was asking because there's a lot of movement in that dance.
I was gonna say the movement is nice. Like it definitely pulls you in and gives you, like, that's one of the things that I love to follow in comics work is pull me through the story, man. Make it feel like a storyboard, and I'm in.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've always read manga my whole life, or manga, but I've just been recently trying to really study how how the storytelling works, how they do the paneling, and also I've been focusing on movement. So thanks for bringing that up. I haven't done any animation, but I have been wanting to figure it out because I think a cool way to promote this comic would be making like animation loops of the characters dancing and having cool music in the background. Because marketing, like you said, Jeremy, is one thing I'm not that good at.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do in that situation because I'm just a normal person, and so it's weird to say that people want to know about me or know what I'm doing, even though I want people to know what I'm doing. It's a horrible mind trip. I don't get it. So instances like this, I think, are awesome to have Indie Volt and other shows similar to Indie Volt that will take a chance on people that don't necessarily fit in the same kind of vibe as I don't know, just people that understand how this game works.
Yeah, people who are like natural networkers and marketers.
Or even know what the right words to say are. I always feel so awkward. And even right now, I'm like second guessing every word that comes out of my mouth.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, it's, I guess, I mostly sell stuff face-to-face at cons. That's what I'm better at. So I know how to talk about it, but just not how to get it out there to the right people.
Yeah, it's like, it's easier because you're making a connection with people and trying to get the readers and everything. But it's a matter of having this wall up that it feels kind of forced or fake. And you can't be genuine, I feel, because you can't really read rooms.
Yeah.
Pops has posted all your links in the madness on his Twitter feed. Chris says, I love to have Jim on the road sometimes. And Pop says, I sent Jeremy a DM on Facebook about booking you two for Monday.
Awesome.
Nine Rose Publisher says, good morning, guys. Good morning, Mike. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to go silent for a while. My neighbor pulled up and sat in my driveway and he was blasting NPR. Like it was
that trumpet sound. That trumpet sound has always made me sick since I was a little kid. Like I feel nauseous hearing
it. It was just someone talking. At this point, I'm like, well, wait, why are you sitting in my driveway? Like, and you're just sitting there listening, and it's got it loud. It's like, sir, please, I'm streaming. So I had to mute my mic because I didn't want you guys to hear. Hey there.
Yeah, that's Arian Rod. She's actually like, she was raised in a cave in Bactria and she's made her way to Ireland and she got adopted into this cave cult over there. She changed her name to Roddy, so she fits in Hibernia. She's kind of like a crystal hippie, friends with the Skull Girl.
And you guys can go check that out. Bardic Fury 3, 120-page psychedelic fantasy manga. It's over on Indiegogo, $1,352, 13 backers, 18 days left to go. He's already past his goal. He wanted 777. He's way past that, so you'll definitely get your hands on the book. 6 campaigns you've done, so it's not like this is his first book.
Yeah, I fulfill stuff on time and I reach my goal dates. I had one project on Kickstarter a few years ago. Don't get me wrong, I have experience not reaching the goal date. It was 2 years late, but since then I've only been delivering on time.
2 years.
Yeah,
yes.
It's actually this book right here, A Song of Mice and Fur. I intended it to be a 40-pager, and it wound up being a 200-page mega over-the-top thing.
And in color. See, no, you're good.
Exactly. That's why I switched to black and white. I could get more pages done and cheaper to print, etc. And so I could fulfill it on time.
You folks go check that out over Indiegogo. Link is in the description. Paul's putting it all around the internet. Chris, I sent you a message on Twitter. Guys, I mean, a lot of good campaigns out there, but you mentioned being late before, and I want to ask you, Eric, have you ever been involved with a project that was late?
Well, I've worked on 100 projects. Projects are late, like it happens. So, I mean, I never set a time on my own particular one because my day job of lettering and pre-press and design and all that just can be difficult to know how long my workday is going to be. And I've gotten better at like dialing that in. But late books happen. I say if it's going to be late, as long as you're in communication with your backer saying, hey, this is what's going on. Most people are forgiving. So communication with your audience, I think, or your backers is the most important thing that you can do. Whether you're on late, whether you're on time, going to be late, whatever. The worst thing you can do is just disappear. That'll kill your campaign or your future campaigns. People want to know what's going on. So if you're on a stream like this, or just update through your campaign, or you have your social medias, you always want to be upfront and let people know what's going on.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Let's see here. Hit me up about doing the show. So no, that's the guys talking in the chat. Yeah, sorry about that. Sugar, I meant to send you a link, another link. Sorry about that. I did not. Oh my God, it's a mess. Yeah. It's weird. Lola was I've never done a crowdfunding campaign for my own stuff. I've never done one. So I'm just used to going in my own pocket, and that way I'm going to have to fight myself when I'm late. But Lola was smart. She got all the pages done. So all the art and all of the colors were done before she they all got done in the middle of her campaign. Before she lost that Kickstarter, though, she made sure everything was done. Like there was nothing left to be, It has to be manufactured, because that can slow you down. You know, I often put the picture of all the books that I have for Liberty that came in, and we ran into a big snag when we realized that we had to print more books. Now there's just paper shortage. Which, you know, I've been told, guys, paper shortage is bad, but the upcoming ink shortage, that's what's going to bite us.
Hmm.
The ink shortage, it's coming, and you might as well moisten up now and get ready. I don't know why. I started that this weekend. I looked at one of my friends at the table with me. I looked at her. I said, you know, she's like, yeah. I said, moisten up. And she just thought it was the funniest thing. So now I was just stuck in my vocabulary. I was looking at, hey, moisten up. About to get screwed. It's great. It's great. It's great vulgar talk. From Indie Volt Radio, and not to make anyone feel self-conscious here, Indie Volt Radio, we are at 89,000 listeners. Thank you guys.
That's awesome.
All hear your
Hey.
voices. I used to not tell people. Randy used to he'd ask me, hey, what are our numbers? I'm like, please don't make me, because then I'll start stuttering. But after a while, I realized I don't see them. So it's not like I can see them giving me a weird look. It's great. Indie Volt Radio, they have a question for you guys, though, and it is about, and we've had a question similar to this before, it is about art and thievery. And this is about thievery of supplies. And this gentleman says that I don't understand why my art gets looked down poorly. Looked down on poorly, because I do graffiti art on walls. It's held in less respect than what a comic artist does, or some guy does the same graffiti style artwork on canvas. I think my work is a lot more dangerous as I'm out facing the elements, sometimes from high angles. How come graffiti artists don't get the appreciation we deserve?
Man, I want answers. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Mr. Graffiti Artist, that I don't know where you live, but cities at least are paying for these murals, and you get so much money, and it doesn't even have to be that good, just because I've seen around my own neighborhood some pretty ugly murals with horrible drawing that the city paid for, and you could get thousands of dollars, which is a lot more than most comic artists get. So if you're looking down at your graffiti, I'd say you should look up at it, because you could get so much money doing it, and people will even let you paint on their walls as long as you want if you could show them good stuff. So you're actually in a much better career path than comics. And like you say about the canvas thing, once you start painting on walls and get famous, then you could put it on canvas and sell it for way more. So keep doing it. But I won't condone breaking the law, but you could find a very good legal career doing graffiti and get loads of money.
Without outing yourself, Jeremy, have you ever done any ninja murals?
Me?
You show up there, you do the art, and you disappear without a trace very quickly.
No, I'm too slow for that. I don't have a night game at all. But when I lived in New York, I did tag things, but I didn't do anything that was substantial. So no giant art on walls or anything like that.
I think as a response to the question, it's important to consider who your art is in front of, and the fact that any sort of art career, unfortunately, initially is always negatively looked down on. Somebody is going to tell you, oh, it's art, it's not a career, or you can't be creative for a career. You have to go do something that's blood, sweat, and tears. And they don't take into consideration that this thing that it's your chosen blood, sweat, and tears. But graffiti and wall murals are becoming huge in the US, but they're huge everywhere else in the world. South American cities have giant wall murals on 90% of their buildings these days. Here in Flint, Michigan, we have the Flint Public Art Project, and you can't go down one of our main roads without seeing at least 10 murals from local artists from all over the world. So it's really dependent on who you are, what you are putting out there, and who's seeing it or who you're putting it in front of. So maybe it's just about who you're reaching out to, or, you know, have you made those connections with people who are interested in what you're doing?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I always forget that you guys are in Flint for some reason because I'm up there quite a bit. I'll visit Randy. I'll visit some other people I know there, and I'm always thinking, oh man, when I go, oh shit, I should have messaged Lisa or Jeremy and see what they were doing. I could have stopped by or invited them out for lunch at the Blondies.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I always forget that you guys are up there. I'm gonna make sure that I remember that from now.
Yeah, we live right around the corner from Kettering University. So,
Okay.
I mean, we are so close to downtown. And we get to see all the cool art and, you know, get to interact with all the people that pretend like there's no problems in Flint and the people that want to think Flint is just problems. Like, we get all that good stuff. Come by, come visit.
It's funny. I almost opened up. I'm about 45 minutes to an hour away from Flint, and I almost opened up my office in Pontiac and then in Flint because they were offering all these perks to open up office space there. And I was like, do I really want to? Both places are 45 minutes or so from me. So I was like, do I really want to make that driving commute every morning?
No, you don't.
Because I'll be thinking to myself too, it's my company. Who's gonna yell at me if I don't show up?
Well, that's true.
Except for my wife. She might yell at me. Chris.
Mr. Varian.
You popped in. What is that red thing behind you?
That's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's a homemade mushroom hat. I did it because the Pathfinder tabletop RPG stream I do with Irene and stuff. My character is a mushroom man. So on Halloween we were dressing up, and I tried to dress as him. So I made this to wear.
Commit to the bit, sir. I get it. That's cool. And Eric, behind you, I spy Ninja Turtles. Quickly.
Yes.
Which is your favorite turtle, and why is it Raphael?
It's right. You. I don't need to answer that question. You just answered it for me.
Good man. I knew I liked you for some reason.
Yeah. He's the only one you need.
Yeah,
Donatello all the way. Sorry, got a thing.
Donatello's fine.
Hot tech turtles.
Donatello's fine. Listen, what does he contribute to? You know what he contributes to this team? Tech. He's the first one to go out and get a job when they're low on income. He's a doctor most of the time for these guys. Donatello contributes and has earned his pride of place on the team.
And he knows how to swing that. Like, I mean, he's got some real skill. He's he's a really good ninja, but that tech stuff, man. Hello.
I can't say the same for Splinter Shane, Michelangelo.
Oh no, he's a party dude. He's my favorite.
Worst turtle ever. I have no use for him.
He's the heart and soul of the team.
If I want to have the best pizza, like I want to go out and get the best food, I'm grabbing Mikey. Yeah.
He's morale. He keeps the team, going.
He's a fun time.
But he's gonna foot the bill.
Look,
Raphael's just an anger case.
Raph has been abused. Okay, that's what's going on. Raph.
But then Leo also is annoying because he just wants everything to be perfect all the time, and then Donatello's might be all right, but also he'll just be lecturing you about some science crap you might not want to hear.
It's not my fault you're not turned on by science, man.
Sometimes you just want to eat pizza.
Then I'm having this conversation.
It's the thing with Mikey is that I'm pretty sure like he's the turtle that smells like weed. He's look, I just don't trust him. I don't trust him. And especially the Mikey from the last two movies. That one is suspect. That one.
The Russell Westbrook ones. There was one movie where they all look like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, they're like all huge and they're like they're standing over Megan Fox, and I'm like, this is making me very uncomfortable. Like,
Is this an MA movie? Or?
yeah, like, because I'm like, Megan Fox is. I mean, because I still watch. I mean, you know, like, listen, studio, I still watch. I don't like the way you made. They made turtles look all. They made them all look weird, and you know, Michael Anderson. We can have adult conversations. Ergo, the turtles watch porn.
Yes.
Which also.
I don't want to think about that.
Which also means if the turtles watch porn, turtles watch porn for a reason.
But they're just watching like sea turtle documentaries.
It's Michelangelo. Michelangelo's gonna get that's you know that's the biggest problem Michelangelo could have. He's gonna go get a visit from Chris Hansen. That's what's gonna happen. I don't trust him.
What?
Hey, you want some pizza, kids? Come on down here to the sewer. Here goes Chris Hansen. Have a seat over there.
That escalated.
That's right. That's how much I hate Michelangelo. I hate him.
He's not that kind of turtle.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So what we've learned today is how much Varian does not trust Michelangelo.
Don't trust.
Michelangelo just wants to eat pizza and watch National Geographic.
He doesn't trust party dudes.
He could be stoned. However, I did want to say this, and I thought about this the other day, with the advancement of toys for adults. You know, like, because I see the ads on like internet all the time. Like, they got a fleshlight now that's like it moves by itself.
I'm like, are we talking about dildos now? Is that where we've gone?
What I was gonna say is that the line Donatello does machines is taking on a whole new context.
You said you think about this a lot.
I do. I have nothing else to worry about, so I think about weird shit like this all day.
This is the shit that keeps Varian up at night.
Yeah.
Where do I get the best Ninja Turtle dildo? That's what he's thinking. That's why he can't sleep.
Varian's just going into Indie Princess, be like, so do you think that there's a Ninja Turtle dildo?
She's probably,
like, what the hell are you talking about?
We're gonna have this comics panel one day.
They stick those things in the mailbox. They send them to the PO box, and we're like, why do we have these showing up in the mail, Lola? I don't know. It's great. It's great. Chris, you're gonna be reaching out to the Treeces and Mr. Weathers to get them on the show, and we definitely should have.
Well, I've had Mr. Weathers on the show once.
Yeah,
it was quite some time ago.
A while ago.
He was only Eric Weathers letters, some of the stuff back then. Now he's everything. It's almost like a rite of passage. It's like, you didn't get Eric to letter this? Eric, how is it with the projects when they come in now? Like, are you waitlisting people or what's going on?
No, I mean, I could letter pretty fast, so I don't have a big wait list. It's or two to get your book done from me. Depending on, and if my schedule's clear, I can just jump right in and work on it right away.
I don't know why it's assumed that you're like, yeah, he's probably got a wait list to like March of 2023 or some shit.
No, I mean lettering's quick for me. I can knock out a 22 standard issue in a day, sometimes 48, depending on how much work needs to go into it. Some books are letter pretty quick. Wow. It's problem solving. So if I have to work around the dialogue being sort of maybe out of order with how the characters are on the panel, those can take some mental gymnastics to try and figure out. But really, it doesn't take long, and it's just a matter of. I guess I've just done it so long, and I've done so many books. It's just a day job, It's just. No, not a big wait.
I open books now, and I'm like, "What do you mean, Eric Weathers didn't letter this? Who is this Hammond area they got? It'll be my name. Oh, they got me. No, I don't letter. I lettered a book once. Let me tell you something, Eric. Never again. I'm never lettering again. That was the most horrible experience I ever had in my life. It should have been an easy experience. It was not. Maybe if it was hand lettering, it would have been a bit more enjoyable, but it was all, on Photoshop and Illustrator. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. I cried a bit. It was about 10 years ago, but still, I never went back. I was like, nope, that's it.
Yeah, it's certainly not for everyone. I hear that a lot of people really not liking it. That's how I feel about coloring personally. I want to run away from that.
I kind of hate it all. I have a love-hate relationship with everything. Like, my
ADHD will just be like, I am in the middle of penciling a page, but then I just want to automatically color it. But then I haven't inked it yet. And so I'll ink one panel and then color it to satisfy that like tick or itch or whatever. And then I'll have to figure out how to get back into the groove of penciling the rest of the page. It's really weird. So I kind of love and hate all the things at different random times.
My wife had noticed there was like about probably like a 2-month period where all I did was draw. And I wake up, start drawing, this is what I did. And then I got to a point where she got a little worried because I would do my rough lines and then I just go in with the Copics and the microns and start inking right there, right on the rough lines. And she was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I ain't got time to draw this. I'll draw it when I ink it there." So she said, either you're evolving or you're going crazy. But then she thinks it's her job, to watch me. I'm an artist.
Hey, I'm gonna have to step out. I've got company coming over this morning, so
no problem. Eric, where can they find you if they want to reach out to you?
Yeah, Twitter at Eric_Weathers. You can find me there. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. And if you need any lettering done, it's just my DMs are open. YouTube, just youtube.com/Eric Weathers, and battlebrickroad.com to back the book or see what's going on with the next one. So that's where I'm at.
All right. I'm gonna get an NFT of Eric doing my name. He's gonna put my name in a word balloon. We're gonna NFT. It's gonna be great. I'll talk to you about it, Eric. I'll DM you later.
Good idea. I like that idea. All right. Thanks for having me on. Everybody have a good day.
See ya.
Yeah, I was thinking, I forgot where I was at with that point. Oh well, that's okay. It'll come back. We're almost at the end of the show, actually, but I did want to ask Chris one other thing. Chris, now again, some of you, was it the, I know Pops had mentioned too, that he hadn't seen the other shows or the other folks on the show. Oh, sorry. And have you come across I'm So Goth yet, or is that your first time seeing it?
No, it's my first time. Yeah, I haven't seen it before.
All right.
Yeah, I'm horrible at trying to get people to look at it. I have no idea what avenues I could go on. And so when Barry was like, I want you on the show, I'm always trying to get you on the show. Get on the show, Jeremy. I let Lisa talk me into it.
Yeah, I like the art, the style, and the colors on it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so the first one was on Kickstarter as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't know exactly to say about it, but yeah, it was on Kickstarter.
Yeah, we ran it on Kickstarter, I would say just under 2 years ago. And I was working full-time at a mortgage company, and Jeremy was trying to handle the whole thing by himself, and it was really intense. So now this is like our main focus, and ISG is 98% Jeremy. Like, he does pretty much everything. I'm there with some ideas, and I sit at the writer's table and nod like, yep, that sounds good, or no, don't do that. And most of everything else, like if you like the colors, that's him. His line work, like that, it's him 100%. This is his baby project. And as an aside, we have 2 kids. Everyone in our house is neurodivergent in some way. So for us to be able to sit down and focus and get a really cool project out like this takes a lot. And those marketing hats are just something that, well, Jeremy is really good at creating like a marketing scheme behind the scenes. Like, oh, I can make this really fun image that everybody will think is crazy. When it comes to stepping into the limelight he really is like, man, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to really reach out and get in touch with other indie creators. I think for a long time I had the imposter syndrome that went along with that. Like, who am I to be like, hi, I should be on your show? But I think it's the only way to be like, I have a really cool thing that I want to share with you. And this is a story from our hearts. That's how we love to write and create. It's creepy, cute, with heart. That's what we like. Like, we want to get you on the weird, but by the end of the story, you're like, man, I didn't expect to. Why am I crying?
Yeah.
I can. It seems like a lot of the creators I've met are like that, where they don't like being, because they speak in front of the camera. They don't want to come on and talk. They're like, I don't really want to deal with all that. I just want to put a book out.
Yeah.
But it's something that we call, as offensive as this might sound, the shit sandwich. Everybody has to eat one. You just have to pick which one it is.
Yeah.
And we are so like happy and feel really honored to be invited and to hang out and get to meet other creators. So at the end of the day, it all works out in favor and we're happy for it. But it's the pushing yourself to do something that feels unnatural or uncomfortable. I mean, that's the only way you grow.
Right.
I want to try to get you guys back. Are you still in for Tuesday night?
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It's our flagship show. A lot more listeners on that show because
oh man,
I don't know. They just start to listen to us on Tuesday nights. Let me look in the chat real quick. Chat's been moving.
Hey, could I get in on that Tuesday show if it's open?
Sure. I'm pretty sure there's spaces. I will let Lola know.
Thank you.
Had to leave for a while to come at TMT Deal Does. Eric loves the world. Good morning. Rosa. Chris, I have sent you a bunch of stuff via Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Pop says, I would have been throwing the hell out of this had I known. Both these books are sweet looking. I encourage people to come out and show their stuff. It is what I do, promote indies. Yeah. Pops will show up at a show on you, and next thing you know, he's got the camera in his face. He's live. Well, not if Brad's doing the camera work, right, Pops? You won't be live. You'll get a recording. When you do these shows, we've done conf floor interviews. What can go wrong will go wrong. Our wireless mic takes the receiver takes 9-volt batteries, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna always carry a pack of 9-volt batteries in my pocket just in case that remote dies or the receiver dies, the battery dies. Well, I'm walking through Wizard World, New Orleans, and boy, oh boy, is my thigh getting hot, and I keep rubbing it like, why is it? Well, I reach in my pocket and I burn myself. And I reach back in there and I pull out these scalding batteries. They're heating up for some reason. And I hand him my buddy, is this normal? And he's like, fuck no, man, throw those away. Get them out of here. So, I mean, like an idiot, I went and chucked the batteries in the trash. But, it's you gotta be careful. I forgot where I was going with that too. Wow. All my stories are ending today on oh, that's right. What can go wrong on the show floor will go wrong on the show floor.
As we just proved again.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's where I was going. He says depends on the Wi-Fi in the building. LOL. But yes, I could run up on you at a con, interview you live. Yeah, he'll do it too. He'll be live already. You won't even know it. Yeah. Guys, we're gonna wrap up. Unless anybody had any other questions for these fine folks who still got here. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Any cons we expect to see you guys at? We'll start with Bardic Fury. Any cons coming up we might be able to catch you at?
I'm gonna be at the Perky Nerd in Burbank on I think Black Friday, November 27th, and then I'm going to be at Los Angeles Comic-Con. I think is December 4th. I think it's at the Staples. It's at the LA Convention Center. And then after that, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to go to a bunch of shows at the Central Valley, OhanaCon, it's called. And I'm also going to try to make it to Salt Lake City in spring because I always do really good over there. And yeah, I generally just go to like Southern California shows, Central Valley shows, sometimes San Diego. I want to try to find some Arizona ones. So if anyone knows any good shows around Arizona or Nevada, let me know, I guess on Twitter or something. I've been to Vegas, but I don't think I'll go back because I've done like 2 shows there and it was bombs twice. But I guess to end it on a positive note, check out my Indiegogo, Bardic Fury 3. It is an awesome fantasy comic, and you could follow me on Twitter on Omeow Comics, OMEOW Comics, and Bardic Fury on Instagram.
Russ tells me to stop rambling. I can't. It's what I do. I'm a rambler. Get it? How about you, Treece? Any cons coming up we'll expect to see you guys at?
We don't have any booked right now. No. With the way COVID is, our kids just got vaccinated like, I don't know, June, July, and they're pulling mask mandates here in Genesee County where come December, our kids aren't going to have to wear, like my children will be, but everybody else's children will not have to. And that's a little scary for me. I'm still personally, I want to get back to shows so bad. Like we were talking about earlier, face-to-face for me. I'm a really good face-to-face, like feel my emotions and buy my stories kind of person. So shows work in our favor, but the last thing I would want is to catch some variant strain and not be able to live life with my kids because I really wanted someone to buy my book. Like it's so I'm hoping that it starts to trend and tick downward and that it looks more safe and we'll be able to get back out in the world ASAP. But I would love to hear what shows people think we should do. We usually stick in the Michigan area and sometimes travel down to like North Carolina because Heroes Con is awesome. But other than that, we're open for opinions and like, hey, we'd love to see you guys here or meet up with you. And we're always down for that.
Well, I've been drug out back to shows very early. Not very early. No, I think my first show of the year was, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a South Dakota show. And, it was one of those, okay, you paid for it. Now you have to use it or lose it. And you're like, okay, I really don't want to be giving money away, so I guess I better go. But they're very safe, masked up in the building completely, mandatory for everyone. So it was a good show. I was happy to be back out there, and I did 7 shows this year. 7 shows, and all the shows had masks on hand, ready for people to use.
Nice.
But it was for me getting back out there. I think we'll be back out January 7th. Is it? We're kicking off at New Orleans, the Fan Expo show. So I'll get to go back down to New Orleans after being there in 2020, very early 2020, and then everything shut down. Graphics Comic Con, Hall of Heroes in Elkhart, Indiana. That's pops. So yeah, that's where everyone will be at.
I'll be going to Steel City Con in December. So I can go yell at Eric.
Yeah. That's good, man. It makes me want to go so I can meet Chris. I might have to pop down over Eric just so I can take a picture of Chris and bring that red dress in person.
Yeah, Jeremy was going to say that we were trying to get into Grand Rapids, but it goes so fast. Like, if you're not there first day, they're like, sorry, folks, we're closed.
Yeah. It's you gotta hang out and listen for any cancellations. Yeah. Where can people be found at? We'll start with Chris. Chris, where can people reach out to you at, sir?
You can find me at Sugar Chris on the YouTubes, and should be Sugar Chris on Twitter as well. Yeah.
Bardic Fury, how about you? Where can you be found at online?
You could find Oi Bardic Fury on Tapas and Webtoons. You could read the whole series for free in case you want to read it before pledging on Indiegogo. And you could follow me on Twitter on Omeow Comics and Instagram on Bardic Fury.
Mike Oden says, "Why is no one visiting me in the DC metro area?" Because the DC metro area, that's why.
There's fences all around that city.
Yeah, I feel like as any creator, I'm missing out on the better indie cons in like the Midwest. It's not. You might not be wrong.
You could come visit us.
I almost got to do the whole show without the mention of a red dress. Almost, Chris. How about you, Jeremy? Where can you be found?
You can find me at crisishour.net. Well, that's my work. And you can find me at Jeremy Treece on any social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Crisis Hour. I do guitar stuff on there, but that's not this podcast.
Lisa.
You can find me also at crisishour.net, where you can pick up any of our books. Other than issue 2 of I'm So Goth, which is currently on the Kickstarter. Otherwise, on Twitter and Instagram, you can find me at Tree, TREE _Madam, MADAM, or Lisa Treece on Facebook.
Cool. You guys know that you can download the Indie Volt Radio app on Google Play. If you have an iPhone, download TuneIn or Streamer. Check it out there. You can also listen on our website, indievolt.com. There's a radio player there. Lets you listen in live, and you can also ask your Alexa device to play Indie Volt Radio, and she will do that for you. I say she, but the machine that your wiretap that you bought from Amazon will allow you to you bought and installed the wiretap in your home. You did that. That's okay. I've done it like 5 times now. There's like eight Alexa devices in my house.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah, like I just put them everywhere.
It's a trap.
Yeah, I've set myself up. Pop said he can't go to Washington and end up in the cell. Gestapo will follow me everywhere. I thought Pops was coming to the con. They got him at the airport, man. We stepped off the plane. They just yanked him up. Also, Indie Volt TV on Roku. If you got a Roku device, look up Indie Volt TV. It is our free streaming network. It's independent movies, some content like this. When we used to have to take it off of YouTube when they get mad at us for saying certain things, we put it up on our streaming network, and they couldn't tell us anything. So check out Indie Volt TV today. If you want to send in a question, indievoltlive@indievolt.com is the website, the email address to use to do so. And I'll put your question on one of those little cards that make fun of you, like we always do. And that'll be great. Indie Volt TV, that's right. And then I think that's it. Check out indievolt.com. Please check out Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group. That's my distribution company, ledg.us, helping you get your independent comics in stores all over the country. Remember, Liberty doesn't take any type of fees from publishers/creators, and retailers should be happy, and that there is a Liberty pledge where Liberty promises to buy back the books from you if you can't sell them. So check that out.
Are they on Twitter?
Liberty, yeah.
What is it?
What is the Twitter?
Yeah, sorry. What's their Twitter thing? That's a good service, Liberty.
Well, I trust them, but I have to. I own the company, so.
Oh, it's you. Oh man. All right, good.
So check it out today, folks. I will see you all soon on the other side of the weekend. Have a great one, folks. You guys can hang tight. I'm gonna take us off live here. Give me 1 second. See you soon.